Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
A damaging precedent. ATP, WTA move against Wimbledon, stripping its rankings by Scott Spitz. Updated May 21, 2022, 8.24 am. First published at 4.17 am. Save login, register or subscribe to save articles for later. Share normal text size, larger text size, very large text size. 77 View all comments. Paris. Tensions within tennis have dramatically escalated after the powerful ATP and WTA bodies responded to Wimbledon's ban on Russian and Belarusian players by stripping next month's grass court major of its ranking points. Taking weeks to properly assess the implications of the All England club's hardline stance against players such as world number 2 Daniil Medvedev, the ATP argued that players must be free to enter events across the globe without discrimination. That tenet was fundamental to a tour, the ATP said. Novak Djokovic with the Wimbledon trophy in 2021. Credit, Getty Images. The decision by Wimbledon to ban Russian and Belarusian players from competing in the UK this summer undermines this principle and the integrity of the ATP ranking system, a statement read. Our rules and agreements exist in order to protect the rights of players as a whole. Unilateral decisions of this nature, if unaddressed, set a damaging precedent for the rest of the tour. Discrimination by individual tournaments is simply not viable on a tour that operates in more than 30 countries. The WTA was similarly aggrieved. The WTA believes that individual athletes participating in an individual sport should not be penalized or prevented from competing solely because of their nationalities or the decisions made by the governments of their countries, said Chairman and Chief Executive Steve Simon. The action from the powerful player bodies effectively renders the time-honored major in London as an exhibition for 2022. But lucrative prize money, still to be revealed publicly, would still be on offer. The ATP stressed there was an alternative to Wimbledon's strong stance, described previously by Cherry and Hewitt as intensely tough and agonizing. Daniil Medvedev of Russia. Credit, Salvatore Di Nolfi. Keystone via AP. We note that this was informal guidance, not a mandate, which offered an alternative option that would have left the decision in the hands of individual players competing as neutral athletes through a signed declaration. We remain hopeful of further discussions with Wimbledon leading to an acceptable outcome for all concerned. The ATP's announcement came on the same day as Medvedev officially ruled out any legal action. In banning individual ATP and WTA players, Wimbledon worried that any success by Russian athletes would be used to support the propaganda machine of the Russian regime. An aggrieved Medvedev, preparing for Roland Garros, his second event after an injury layoff, acknowledged that Wimbledon's decision could be tested in court on discrimination grounds. I'm not a lawyer but, as you say, I guess if you ask a lawyer, there is some room to make on this, Medvedev said. It's not me taking these decisions. I'm not going to court for this one. Instead, Medvedev will target other tour events on grass, Hertogenbosch in the Netherlands, Halle in Germany and Mallorca in Spain, without Wimbledon action. I like grass and I want to continue improving, said Medvedev. Allowing entry to players who had made written declarations denouncing Russia and President Vladimir Putin was considered by Wimbledon, but ultimately rejected. And we know they do have a history of using sport to advance their cause, and that is a serious matter for us, and we could not accept Wimbledon being part of, said Hewitt. Expectations on highly ranked Medvedev at Roland Garros, starting in Paris on Sunday, are modest given he has had hernia surgery which sidelined him for 6 weeks and his record on clay is not as strong as other surfaces. Australian Open champion and 13-time French Open winner Rafael Nadal said he was not the favourite to triumph again in Paris, conceding his chronic foot injury was continuing to affect him. Rafael Nadal of Spain celebrates at a tournament in Italy this month. Credit, Alex Pantling. Getty Images. It's not gonna disappear now, he said. It's about if the pain is high and strong enough to allow me to play with real chances or not. Nadal was downbeat after last week's event in Rome, but his predicament has improved. I was, suffering after that for a couple of days, but I feel better. That's why I'm here, said the 35-year-old. After the match, I said this is something that can be better in the near future. I hope that's the case here. World number 1 Novak Djokovic holds narrow favoritism, ahead of young gun Carlos Alcaraz, who brings some hot form on clay to Paris. In the women's draw, former world number 1 Naomi Osaka has opened up about how she was very worried